going on? What's going on, everyone? And I usually kind of want to hear that music playing a little longer. But I don't know the way that it's like set automatically now. I am not able to let that run as long as I would like to. That intro is so fire, right? You guys, it's one of my little favorite songs. I am building something, and I pray that you all are doing amazing. Today is Monday, and you know what today is. On Mondays, all roads lead to book club. And so, before we get started, while you're logging on, you know what I need you to do. I need you to tell me what your name, well, not your name, but let me know where you're logging in from, what city, what state, and or what country you might be logging in from. I'm going to go ahead and let everybody know that we are live. We are live. We are live. We are live. I pray that you all are doing well. I hope that you had an amazing weekend, a very, very, very happy new year, and that life for you is on the good path. Book club is so important. I see you, Arkansas. Book club is so important because, one, you cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot pour from an empty cup. So on Mondays, I am here to fill your cup. All right. Another reason why book club is so important is because leaders are readers. What's up, Justin? Leaders are readers. And so, because if you choose or you desire to lead in any capacity, then guess what? You have to read because you have to grow. What's up, Deborah Moore? Right. And so, not just that, the other reason or another reason why book club is so important is because we are never going to earn more than we learn. All right. We're never going to earn more than we learn. And right now, I'm just sending that link out. So, what I want you all to do is take a moment, send the link out to someone. Let them know that we are live. Send this link out to someone. Let them know that we are live. We don't want anyone to miss book club. And I'm trying to put it in one more chat, y'all. I see Canada is in the house. I see Georgia is in the house. And let me know as you're logging on, what is the temperature where you're located? It has recently gotten very, very cold here in Georgia. Very cold. This morning when we got up, it was in the 50s, and it is no longer in the 50s. I just left Philadelphia. It was snowing in Philadelphia. It started snowing today. And Philadelphia is supposed to get snow until about 7 o'clock this evening. And then, believe it or not, I know places like Austin, Texas are supposed to they've got a 95% chance of up to 6 inches of snow. So right now in Kennesaw, believe it or not, it is 31 degrees, but it feels like 16 with the winds, And so praying that everyone is going to be safe. Listen, if you've got any kind of winter storm advisory or warning, let's just take heed to it. All right. We were in the Costco today, and the Costco was just super duper wild and crazy. And I said, wow, that's how you know something is coming. You can feel it in the air. And I am just praying for everyone's safety. All right. Everyone's safety. It's 31 degrees here in Kennesaw, and it feels like 16. It is very cold here. So for those of you who may not know, I am Nina Moore, and I host this amazing book club every single Monday where we go live. You don't even need the book. And I have a gift. Hello, Mary Powell. And the gift that I have is to get into the mind of the author to help you to bring the words off the pages alive. All right. I'm here to help you bring the words off the pages alive. And this book is literally giving us a jab, jab, uppercut in a good way, because the one thing that we know is in order for us to go up, we got to grow up. Right. And we're showing up to grow up, to go up. And that is in elevating our mind. I was listening to Dr. Darius Daniels yesterday as I was filling my fridge. Right. That is a statement used by my coach and mentor, my speaker coach and mentor, Mr. Marcus Roser. and Royzer, and Dr. Darius Daniels said, because like I said, I was filling my fridge. I had to teach last night, and the highest form of compensation is not money. The highest form of compensation is fulfillment. Fulfillment. And so there are some very different things that I'm looking for God to do in my life for 2025. I pray that all of you have a very clear picture. You're clear about what you want God to do in your life. And I am grateful that all of you took a moment to show up today, not for me, but for you. But for you. And so we are reading the Motivation Manifesto by Brendon Burchard, 9 Declarations to Claiming Your Power. The Motivation Manifesto by Brendon Burchard, 9 Declarations to Claiming Your Power. Before we get started, I need you all to let me know, what do you think about this book? Is this book giving you a jab, uppercut? How many of you, can you just drop a comment in the chat letting us all know, what is this book doing for you? All right. What is the book doing for you? Let me know in the comments. I am actually trying to set this up so we can go live on another platform as well. I could have done it from my computer, but what I don't like is that I'm not able to save the video. So we want to go live on Instagram as well, as we bless the people. We're not always going to go live on Instagram, but we're going to go live today. Okay. All right. And so let me know, what is this book, The Motivation Manifesto, doing for you? And we're going to go ahead and pick up. We are actually in chapter we're in declaration number 2. And declaration number 2 is that we shall reclaim our agenda. All right. And we are on page 106. For those of you that are following along, we're on page 106. It is an ouchalooya. Hello to Instagram as you are logging on. Let's go on and get started. Clarity on what is meaningful. Clarity on what is meaningful. I want to make sure that I actually do not disturb on my phone. All right. What will give us a sense that we are once more in command of our life's agenda? Clarity, direction, and then progress. Y'all go ahead and put that in the chat. What will give us a sense that we are once more in command of our life's agenda? Because we are not. Oh, that's right, Robin. Thank you so much for putting those hashtags in the comments. That's right. Y'all know what to do on Instagram and Facebook. Y'all go ahead and put them hashtags in the comments, right? And so we hashtag BookTube, Goodreads, and BookTok. So here's the deal. We're at this space now where we are reclaiming our agenda. We are taking control of our lives. We are being intentional. We're living in the now, right? We're learning to live in the now based on what we're learning through this book together, because we will be intentional this year. We will not be shaped by our circumstances this year. And I've been saying it all day, that we will be shaped by the decisions that we make today. We choose for 2025 faith over fear, courage over comfort, and purpose over procrastination. We choose faith over fear, courage over comfort. We choose purpose over procrastination. All right, y'all? We choose, I'm going to say it again, faith over fear, courage over comfort, and purpose over procrastination. So what is it that's going to give us a sense that we are once more in command of our life's agenda? Having clarity, direction, and progress. Taking action. Clarity, we get direction, Crystal, and then we take action. Progress, right? Now, we begin developing clarity about the current state of our life's agenda by realizing that all human experience is segmented into 2 fields: meaningful activities and non-meaningful activities. This forces a clear distinction when evaluating our days. Do I find what I am doing each day of my life meaningful? Is all this busy work in line with what I feel is my life's work? Last night, y'all, I taught on vision. We did a vision board online Zoom, and I taught on vision. And when I tell you that we have to be so clear as we're making a covenant with God about our lives, that our vision is aligned with his purpose and design for our lives, right? Our vision board has to be now in line with God's purpose, his design, our destiny. It is not just a board. It's not just something that we put pictures on, right? But it is literally the roadmap to the destination that we're headed to based on our purpose and the call that is over our lives. Because once again, this year will not be shaped by any of our circumstances. This year will be shaped by the decisions that we make today. We choose faith over fear, courage over comfort, purpose over procrastination. All right. And so what do? We now take back our agenda, our life's agenda, by having clarity, direction, and progress. So do I find each day that, or is it just busy work, right? These are the questions of the self-determined. When you are self-determined, you ask yourself the questions, am I doing busy work, or am I actually doing my life's purposeful work? Such questions make us reevaluate everything we do, every task, every conversation, everywhere we go. When you start thinking, is this purposeful? Now you're saying, what am I doing? Where am I going? Who am I with? We take responsibility and opportunity that we take. Responsibility and opportunity that is laid before us by the world must now be questioned as to whether or not it aligns with our goals, whether or not it enlivens us, whether or not it allows us to feel fulfilled. To those activities that come up short, we must be unblinking and once and for all release our belief that we must be doing them. Oh my goodness. This past Christmas, Tamitha, this past Christmas, Paul, Paige, and I, and a few of our friends, we spent Christmas Eve not in the malls, not cooking, not caroling, not making cookies, not in Christmas pajamas, not chilling, not at home watching Christmas movies, but we spent all of Christmas Eve 4 hours. Now, my husband was there 16 hours. The rest of us were not there as long. Paul actually had to be there by 5:30 in the morning. He didn't get home until 10:30 at night. All right, y'all. And so what I realized after serving all of Christmas Eve, it wasn't about me. And after serving, what I realized is that I felt very fulfilled. I felt very fulfilled because I was living part of my life's purpose. And all of us have a purpose to give back. So, purposeful, fulfilled, right? Such questions that we should be asking ourselves. To those activities that come up short, we must be unblinking and once and for all release our belief that we must be doing them. You know how we got to be all things to all people because everybody calls you? What I learned, there's some very specific things that I've been praying for in 2025. And because of the very specific things that I've been praying for in 2025, my phone don't ring. Some of y'all don't catch that. My phone don't ring as much. My phone isn't ringing as much because I'm not available. If it's not aligning with my purpose and my destiny, so it's almost like I prayed and I asked God to do some things, and then my phone, it's not ringing as much. Some will moan at this work. They will say, but I do not like my answers. You do not understand. I have to do this terrible job. My workday is not my choice. To those who believe this, only time and maturity will help them uncover the truth. Work just like our emotions, is ultimately a choice. Y'all caught it? The Instagram said I caught it. Work, just like our emotions, is ultimately a choice. Whether or not we wield the power is up to us. If we don't like the work we are doing, we have three choices. Number one, continue hating what we do. Number two, change our perspective and find meaning and joy in our current tasks. Or three, quit the dispassionate work and seek out what will make our soul sing. What will make your soul sing? But no, I'm gonna just keep doing this. You know, I watched a video today. Tedra, I watched a video today, and I'm gonna let y'all know this young lady never pops up on my timeline because I don't watch her. Okay, but the video popped up on my timeline, and I actually liked it because although it was the gentleman in the video was cussing, he was using the MFs. He was so true. You don't like your job? Change it, MFing. And you don't like where you live? Change it. You don't like the way your body looks? You don't like your size? Change it. And I mean, he just was going on and on and on and on. And I walked in the room to tell my husband, listen to this. I said, I wish I could repost it. I said, if it wasn't for the language, I would have reposted it. But I don't watch this young lady. I don't even know how it popped up in my feed. But guess what? That's exactly what I was feeling today. You don't like your situation? He said, get off my phone. Don't call me with that mess. If you don't like your situation, nobody's got you in prison. Change it. But he used some other flowery words. So quit the dispassionate work and seek out what will make your soul sing. I used to laugh. They've got all these jobs. I didn't even know it, that you could literally take your phone and go to the app store on your phone and look up. Did y'all know that? You can go to your app. I was watching a guy's video because I want to be able to tell people this kind of stuff. You can go to the app store and you can look up like it's like these driving apps. It's not just Amazon Flex. It's not just, it's all these different driving apps that you can literally look up through your phone. And my thing is, there are some people that are driving for income that are so much more happy doing what they do, being free all day in their car, than somebody who's sitting at a cubicle chained to a desk. So you know what? I applaud anybody for doing any kind of work to bring in some income, and they've made a choice to be happy in it. They just as happy driving around. And when I tell you, if I could think of it, I can't think of the name. You go on your app store and you look up something driving, and app after app after app after app where you could pick up medical boxes and drive them around. Amazon Flex, different driving that might be a little bit longer distances, but literally there are people that are much happier doing that than somebody who is chained to a desk with a job that they don't like. They're dispassionate about. One would hope everyone would at some point, and as soon as responsibly possible, choose the last option to quit the dispassionate work and seek out what will make our soul sing. One would hope. Do we have to quit every job we hate? No. Surely we could stay in any job and succeed. Greatness can be cultivated in the soil of any experience. But we all know that the seeds of greatness grow faster in the hearts of those doing work they love than in the bitter hearts of those enslaved by work that they despise. Woo! Some give their entire lives away to work that they dislike because they never have the resolve to ask, What if I were free and strong enough to go find something more engaging and more fulfilling? What if the world isn't giving me what I want because based on all of my distractions and lack of discipline toward a goal, it's simply unclear what I'm asking for? In such bold questions, we unsettle ourselves and unleash a new kind of desire, strength within. Here's the deal. The world is a different place now. You don't even need, there are people who are making millions of dollars who do not have a degree. You don't need a degree to be a millionaire anymore. You need creativity. You need courage. Motivation manifesto. You need courage, creativity, the ability to pivot, the ability to learn new skills, and the courage to jump and grow wings on the way down. That's what you need. That's what you need. So now where are we at? Oh, setting a direction, a written manifesto. We must go further. Y'all on Instagram, type in further. Y'all on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube, type in further. We must go further. Beyond evaluating our current life experience and becoming clear as to whether or not our day's efforts are meaningful to us. We must set a new and more proactive course for our lives. What will our mission be from the moment forward? What will be our plan of action? What steps must we take in order for us to have what we truly desire? Stephanie, I taught this last night, Shay, on the Zoom. What do we truly desire? What is it that we really want? Here's the question you got to ask yourself right now. You got to ask yourself, who do I have to become in order to obtain what I desire? Oh, who do you have to become in order to obtain what you really say you desire? Who do you have to become to go further? These questions are not a philosophical suggestion. We should sit down now with pen in hand and write out the focus and direction of our lives from now forward. Lacking our own declarations and directions in life, written down, reviewed, updated, lived from, we can only fall into the herd. We end up where they take us, where they want us, wherever the wind blows us, regardless of our hopes and intent. Such a life is not the one that we want. So not only do we write the vision, Junk Jagger, you got to write the vision and make it plain. Make it so plain that a little kid could understand it. It's got to be so plain. Stop trying to overcomplicate your own vision, your own desires, your own goals. Write the vision, make it plain so that them that read it could run with it. Who could look at your vision and say, "Oh, I got it. I know what Nina wanted. Let me help bring this to pass." Who do you have to become in order to obtain what you really desire? Habakkuk 2:2, right? So such a life is one that we do not want. So now in these magical moments, right? In these magical moments of our lives bursting with fire and choice, let us sit and let us write. Let us take back our day tomorrow by scribing our dreams tonight. Let us ask, what am I really after in life? What are you really after in life? What do I truly want to create and contribute? See, too often we're gimme. What can I get? Lord, gimme. But what about when we sit down and we say, God, what can I contribute to this world? What legacy do I leave behind? What do I now deposit into the earth and to God's people? See, stop being so selfish as we're waiting for something to happen for us. Well, guess what? While you're waiting, serve. Uh-oh. While you're waiting, serve. I can't wait, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. This is something that's actually almost gonna bring me to tears. Y'all, and I'm not even saying this to sound funny. I want y'all to hear what I'm saying. And I need you to really pay attention and hear, yes, even the emotion and Instagram. We're trying to like make sure that you guys are all included because we're over here on YouTube and Facebook. All right. I want you to hear my heart when I'm saying this to you all. And I'm not even trying to be funny or facetious when I say it. I do not like feet. Like to the point where like that. They give me the EBGBs. You know, I don't like people touching me with their feet. I just ain't never been a foot kind of person. I get my feet done. I keep them looking good. Okay? But listen to this. Recently, I decided that there's a service that I want to have. I want to host a women's event. And I told my friend Alicia that I wanted to do it. It involves feet washing. And my husband immediately said, You are going to host that kind of an event? And I said, yes, I am. I am. Because when you understand that it's spiritual, and when you understand now that it's like, what am I really after in life? What do I truly want to create and contribute? I want to create an environment where especially women understand how valuable they are, how precious they are, how important they are. And my husband said, you gonna do what? Because he knows how much I don't like feet. What am I really after in life? What are you really after in life? What do I want to create and contribute? What do you want to create and contribute? What kind of person do I want to show the world each day? I want the world to see a selfless individual who's not perfect, who has flaws, who loves God and loves her family and works hard, but has flaws. I want people to see that I am human and that I don't always feel good on the inside, and that I have moments that my I have moments that my faith doesn't waver, but I have moments that in my humanity, my feelings are hurt. I want the world to see that we can love each other despite our differences. What types of persons shall I love and enjoy life with? I want you guys to hear these questions. What great cause will keep me going when I feel weak or distracted? When I feel weak, the people that I serve in my business team, they keep me going. When I literally feel like all heck is breaking loose, it is the people that I serve in business, they keep me going. When I feel weak, what shall be my ultimate legacy? That people know that Nina was on this earth because I wanted every person that I come in contact with to feel the love of Jesus through me. What do I want? What steps must I take to begin and sustain these efforts? What will I orient my days to accomplishing this week, this month, this year. Yes, we must write these things down. And what will be our own manifesto, our own written declaration of what our lives are to be about. Those who lack such a written document must stop fooling themselves and thinking that they are in charge of their lives. For without such self-direction, we are but sad vessels, captained by conformity. We cannot conform in this season. Ladies and gentlemen, we cannot conform. We cannot do it, right? Our intentions and occasional musings about life are insufficient for keeping anyone from conforming or losing their day to distraction. There is a reason nations write out and follow their declarations, constitutions, and their laws. What will you declare about your life? What will you ring loud and tell the world and tell God, this is it, the declaration for my life's work, as you write it down? No matter how strong there's a reason nations write it out. No matter how strong a society, no matter its intent or culture or popular will, without written directives, all is lost in the randomness of human behavior. If you don't write it down, Instagram, if you don't write it down, YouTube, if you don't write it down, Facebook, it will never, ever, it will never come to pass. It is not a small little thing that we are supposed to write it down. It was in the good book that we should write the vision. Now it's in the manifesto that you have to write your own manifesto, making declarations, because if not, it will get lost in the randomness of our human behavior. This is why we must write, and this is why we must revisit our manifestos, and this is why we must act in alignment to the agenda that we have set for ourselves. Whatever it is that is literally given from God as our design, as our destination, as our purpose in life. After all this writing is done, let us rise tomorrow and forge the day and the week, and to begin moving toward and accomplishing these things. Let us fight for these things. Let us use the morning to remind ourselves what we are after and to write any specific goals for the day. Dedicating time in the first golden hour to planning out our schedule. That precious first hour must not be squandered, for our evening's dream can easily be forgotten in the daylight. We must use the virgin morning to shape a schedule that is ours before the world shoves its corrupt needs in our direction. If y'all are feeling this book, put a 1 in the comments. My goodness. Yes. Rise in the morning and write some more. Who will I be today? What dreams will I chase? What will I create and accomplish no matter what happens? Who will I give value, love, or appreciation to? What will I do or experience that will help me feel fulfilled and grateful when I rest my head to the pillow later tonight? This is called living intentionally and independently. This is how a motivated person lives. This is manifesting a freer life. Everything else is wishing and hoping, a steady decline into mediocrity, the dead, boring drumbeat of the reactive and unconscious life. Whoa! If we won't write it down, Robin, if we won't write it down, Cheryl, Crystal, Mary, Shay, Alicia, Stephanie, Tedra, if we won't write it down, Virginia and Gloria, if we won't write it down, that means that we are settling for mediocrity. My goodness. We've got to live intentionally, Tracy. We have got to stop settling for mediocrity. And every day when we get up, who will I be today? What dreams will I chase? What will I create and accomplish no matter what? That it is non-negotiable that we do not accomplish what we write down for the day. We have to have progress despite obligation. For some, This talk of taking back our lives will seem out of reach, not because they question their potential, but rather because they feel obligated to subjugate it for others. At this point in time, right today, I want you all to know that you got to be selfish in this season. You got to be selfish in this season. You don't maneuver your life now for other people. And let me tell y'all something. For all of y'all that got grown behind kids, that keep altering your lives for them, we ought to be ashamed of ourselves. You don't alter your life for your grown kids. Our parents didn't alter. Once we were grown, our parents didn't alter their lives for us. Stop it already. And let these kids be grown. We trying to make it easy for them. Oh, we don't want it to be so hard for little Johnny. What? Do you realize that is why they keep ending in the same places? They keep falling back into the same rut? Because you keep trying to save them. That one was for free. I don't even know who needed to hear that, but the Holy Spirit said to say it. That's what he said. Now, for some of us, they say, right? For some, taking back their lives, right? But rather feeling obligated to subjugate it for others, they say, well, you do not understand. I have to meet the needs of everyone else. My day is not my choice because everyone around me must be loved and cared for. I must sacrifice my dreams and pursuit of meaningful things at the altar of love or obligation. I have to please everyone else so I cannot progress or have own joys and freedom. Time, maturity, and the great revelation that is a choice are also needed for such persons. No one around us can tear us from progressing toward our dreams. No one. Believing otherwise is accepting the role of victim in life. Our day is ultimately our choice. And I put up a post this morning. We aren't born a winner, and we aren't born a loser. We are born a chooser. And everywhere that we are right now, wherever it is in life right now, we're only there because we think that that's all we can have. We're only where we are in life right now because of how we think. So what can be done? Must we leave everyone who needs us so that we can have the lives that we desire? Yeah, perhaps. The more mature choice is to learn new ways to protect our desires and dreams while fulfilling our chosen roles in life. We can be good mothers and still strive diligently each day toward our dreams. We can be good leaders who help others achieve more while striving diligently toward our day's goals. In dealing with the needs of others while maintaining our life's agenda, we must learn the stunning power of no. Y'all type the word no in the comments. That's going to make you feel good to go ahead and say the word no. No. Write it in the comments. No. 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 There is no rule written anywhere that says we must say yes to every passing request that crosses our desk or burns in our ears from a crying whiner. This is not to say that we cannot be loving and responsible to those who need us and when it brings us joy. That is what I'm trying to help you understand. There are times that we are going to want to assist other people because it brings us joy. But stop doing things that bring you calamity. Stop doing things that literally when you see them call you, you're like, here they go. Stop having conversations when you know that they start that you gotta go. Oh, hey, I'm sorry, I gotta go. I gotta go. This is not to say we can't help. If loving and caring for specific people is exactly what we find meaningful, then guess what? We must do that. Taking the girls to soccer is not a distraction if it brings meaning to our days. However, we must not allow the world's distractions, casual loiterers, or random opportunities to constantly rob us of our intended day. Let me tell y'all something. Paige loves to go skating on Fridays. And guess what? I love to go and watch her. It brings me joy. I don't have to sit now because whatever I can do sitting in the house, I can do sitting at the skating rink. So I go because I want to be a part of this part of her world. And I'm letting her know that I am in 100% support of her because it is not a distraction for me. It is meaningful to me to watch her transform. However, we must not allow the world's distractions. For most, not knowing how to say no, where their lives decline into a thicket of stress and unhappiness. These individuals are easy to spot as they constantly take on the role of victim to the world's desires. Their life appears to be an industrial slog, ticking off the tasks handed to them by others. They may appear frazzled and frenetic, choked in the tightening clutch of the deadlines they did not choose or plan. They often appear to be awaiting instruction or direction. Thus, their schedule is really more holding patterns than action plans. If you gotta say ouch, just say ouch. If you gotta say ouch, just say ouch. If you're just joining us on Instagram, we are reading the Motivation Manifesto. 9 declarations to claim your personal power. If you gotta say ouch, just say ouch. Woo! They often appear to be awaiting instruction in a holding pattern, not an action plan. They get stuck in life because they never rise above their timid desires to please others. Their only true effort is to fit into the wants and the schedule of the world, and so there's no purposeful art or to their week, year, decade, or life. Theirs is a groaning, grueling life under the weight of other people's controls and expectations. Wow. Well, we all face the eternal drama of balancing our personal needs and ambitions with those of the people that we love, we lead, and serve. But we mustn't succumb to victimhood. Other people will always demand our time and attention, including people that we love and care about. Our parents will want our ear more often than we want to give it. Our friends and our neighbors will call on us for parties and meetings. We will have obligations from our church, political parties, volunteer organizations. We'll have bosses who expect around-the-clock access and instant response. But how shall we respond to such requests? If we say yes to all of them, we will be buried. Our only choice is to say no and to say it often. To say it more than we like or anyone else likes. The only expectations should be in the cases in which we find saying yes to be personally and socially meaningful and part of our advance toward our ideal lives. Vigilance will be needed because there will always be those needy few. There will always be those needy few who can smell our desire to please. So needy people will always attach themselves to you because they smell your desire to be a people pleaser. They smell the desire that you have to feel needed and wanted. So needy people cling to you and attach themselves to you because you need to be needed. Oh, Instagram. How y'all doing out there? So if you're wondering why this person, why these people, and you keep attracting a certain kind of person, could it be because you need to be needed? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. If they ain't calling you to come do it, and then you're gonna complain that they called you to come do it, but then they calling you to come do it, and then you're mad because they didn't call you to come do it, but because you needed to be needed. But then you're mad because they needed you. But you attract needy people because you need to be needed. Woo, this is so good. But how should we respond to such requests, right? We said vigilance will be needed because there will always be those who are needy, who can smell our desire to please. They will attack. They will attack like black ravens from the sky, diving again and again as they devour our lives piece by piece. This is the guy at the office who is constantly asking for another random favor. The former girlfriend always calling with drama and in need of rescue. The entitled employee whom we helped once and now refuses to lift a finger to do real work. These people will keep coming at us, and they do not care about our agenda or our destiny. Their opportunism will plague us should we not be intentional in saying no, no, and no, and more no's. We must learn to reply artfully and often forcefully to those who are always saying, I'm so sorry to have to ask you for one more little favor. To them, let us reply, I cannot help you right now. I have plans that cannot wait or accommodate your sudden emergency. Here's the thing. It's your emergency, not mine. I don't have to be urgent about your emergency. In saying this, we need not to apologize anymore than we need to apologize to the person who runs into our car when we had the right of way. You don't have to apologize. There's nothing to apologize for. We can be artful if we must. I do wish that I could help, but unfortunately, I am unable to get to your last minute request because my plate is full with long ago scheduled activities and projects that I have already committed to. How we handle the enemies of our own progress speaks to our character and independence. How we handle the enemies of our progress. These people who are needy because you need to be needed are the enemies of your progress. Motivation Manifesto. They are enemies of your progress. Or we are doomed if we subordinate our day's agenda to their every request or crises. In meeting their needs, which are usually false deadlines or urgencies created only by their lack of preparation or responsibility. So most times what this is saying is that we're doomed if we rearrange our schedules to help them in their crises, which are usually false deadlines or urgencies that have been created only by their lack of preparation or responsibility. We lose an irrecoverable hour that could have propelled our own life forward. And for these reasons, we must reclaim our agenda. I need everybody to type into the chat, reclaim our agenda. Oh, goodness gracious. Because it's their fault. It ain't our fault. It is their fault. Lord have mercy, y'all. We got to reclaim our agenda with a forceful grip. We must look to the world's randomly pushy people, the countless needy people, the people not on our list of those we want to love, care for, and attend to. It cannot be overstated. We must not fear saying, no, I cannot help you right now. And so let us decide that we will not let other people's fire drills result in daily drills of us scratching off our dreams. We're not going to let their fire drills be our daily drills. And now we can't accomplish what we need to accomplish because they got a fire drill. Reclaim our agenda. The demands of the whimsically needy or the terminally ill prepared are not our issue. The terminally ill prepared. Do you hear this? The demands of the whimsically needy or the terminally ill prepared are not our issue. I'm not allowing anyone else to have their fire drill will not be my daily drill. It's not my issue. Their lives are not our responsibility. Owning this life, truth, is freeing. I am not in charge or responsible for the wrecks others have created in their lives, and I do not need to serve everyone in my life. What can we expect from standing tough and true at the gates of our agenda? What happens when we say no? Most will understand. And over time, most will come to respect us and leave us alone. But let us not delude ourselves. There will be a small contingent of people who will become angry. They won't like our free will and independence. They will try to ridicule or guilt us. They may ask, well, who the hell do you think you are? They may feel scorned and launch bitter campaigns to make our pawns once more, to force or gently steer us back into their grasp, to deliver us back into their concept of how we should treat them. Many will argue that we owe them a permanent debt for their love and sacrifice. How dare you refuse me? How can you leave me on my own after I've done so much for you? How can you grant me this one? How can you not grant me this one small thing? In the face of such wheedling, we mustn't compromise, else we risk being pulled into an ever-growing sticky web of demands. We shall discover that the more often we say no, the more likely people will find someone else to pester, or they will become more self-reliant in the vacuum of our constant availability. Yes, we will arouse antagonism, love, favor, break loyalties, and imperil our popularity. It will happen more and more as we gain greater and greater will and freedom in life. So be it. No great person ever made history without having guilt thrown at them or suffering some backlash from those who didn't like or appreciate their independence, discipline, or single-mindedness. So let the petty ones complain. Let them tremble with silly anxiety or anger after days and weeks and months of protecting our turf, refusing to give in to guilt or pressure, stating convincingly that we have our own dreams to chase. We will find that the demanding bullies and unaware idiots finally have left us alone. Then, liberated from the social oppression that is others' distracting demands, we are free. Liberated to create the design of our own lives in the newly opened white space of time. The more we say no to demanding people, the more life opens up to pursue our passions and happiness, and to serve and spend time with those that we love. But what shall be done when it is our loved ones who constantly need us or tear us from our path? Here come them kids. Here come them kids. Oh, Carnita, it's on my YouTube. Because here they come. Because they're the kids, right? So I guess we always got to show up. They the adults, though. But what shall be done when it is our loved ones who constantly need us or tear us from our path? Let us be patient with them. Let us be real. We must artfully deal with anyone who derails the day's mission, including family. We done wrote it down for the day. What we have to accomplish. We must artfully deal with anyone who derails the day's mission, including family. That's what the book says. This where everybody gonna leave me right now, right? For the most part, this simply means asking for our space during blocks of time during the day. It is saying to our young boy, son, your mother needs the next 2 hours to focus on a very important project that means a lot to her. Please do not go into her office. Once this is said, it is only mature parenting that will prevent the boy from entering the room. We must stand our ground. We must stand our ground. We must train our children or our teammates that when our office door is closed, that they should not enter unless emergency. We must lovingly request that our spouse gives us an hour each evening to read or meditate or create art. We can say no to the parties, the gatherings, the formal functions that we feel so obligated to attend. There may be scowls and long faces at first, but over time, people will realize we are persons of purpose and they will give us room, knowing that the more they respect our schedule, the more likely we will find and make the time to be with them. My family know that I don't play about my business. And so they know there are certain times of each day that I am on a Zoom. And so guess what? They don't bother me because they understand that it's business and it's important to me and that I ain't playing with it. And because I'm not playing with it, guess what? They know not to play with it either. But if you can be so easily pulled away and or distracted from something that you're supposed to do and your family has no respect for it, it's because you don't respect it. Mine don't even call me when they know I'm on a Zoom. Our goal is not to become cold or unavailable. No, it is to protect our sanity, our progress, our freedom. It is worth repeating that we can and should give time and attention to love and lead, and where and when we desire to do so. Being good to those around us, right and responsible, but never at the cost of our own long term sanity or dreams. Besides, it is not true that saying no more to what is wrong, we are left with more time to give loving attention to those close to us, to those things that are important to us, that to those things that are a part of our calling, our dreams, our purpose. Some ask, should we not compromise? Can there be no middle ground between our desires and the needs of those around us? Perhaps. But there is a difference between adding a few tasks onto the day's schedule to serve others and compromising our entire life agenda. When it comes to foregoing our true passions and path in life to please others, we must never compromise. Compromise means giving something away, something in exchange for another's willingness to do the same. But we shall not give an entire piece of our dream nor a decade of our lives over to anyone. Yes, we can help and love others on our way to personal freedom, but we mustn't give away so much time that our freedom itself is fully compromised. We can meet our responsibilities and care for our loved ones, but our own progress must never falter or stop, lest we become slave to the world. If in aiding others we kill our own dreams, then it is merely our ego seeking to make a false martyr of ourselves. Oh my God. A false martyr of ourselves. We must keep the big picture in mind. A million dreams have died because compromising souls repeated the lie of the weak. I'm okay with putting off my needs and dreams another few years because people need me. Shall we do nothing but reply to the needs of others all day until in the day's final hours, we retreat to our beds exhausted by the madness, not one step closer to what we wanted in life? Here's the problem. Most people are okay with compromising your time and what you want to do to please other people because you have no idea what you want out of life. We're like, write the vision, make it plain, and you ain't write one thing down. It's already January the 6th, and you've written nothing down yet. about what you want for your life, because you're too busy being a false martyr. Shall we do nothing but reply to the needs of others all day long? No. Let us not compromise our dreams or barter our destiny hour by hour. I missed something. Shall we do nothing but reply to the needs of others all day until the day's final hours? We retreat to our beds exhausted by the madness, not one step closer to what we wanted in life, so that we can sleep restlessly only to awake once more in a world determined by others rather than by ourselves, for ourselves? Let us not compromise our dreams or barter our destiny hour by hour. If we can see a dream in the distance, let us move toward it with real force, will, and consistency. To do less is to let the dream weaken and die. We can support our loved ones for a while, stepping in, helping out. But that does not require us to bring our dreams to a full stop. Every day, we can do something to advance our own agenda. Perhaps it is also time to stop seeing others as obstacles to our dreams, but rather as collaborators to our dreams. Have we sat down our loved ones and told them what we truly desire of life and why? So how can your children or your family or the people around you even make way for what you want if you don't know and they don't know? Have you even told them what you want? My goodness. Well, I want to come off my job. Well, how much money does that require? What does that require for you to come off your job? Have you written it out big so that you can look at it every day? How much money do you need to make every single day to come off your job? Lord have mercy. We can support our loved ones for a while stepping in, helping out, but does that not require to bring our own dreams to a full stop? Every day we can do something to advance our own agenda. Perhaps it is also time to stop seeing others as obstacles, but collaborators. Have we sat down our loved ones? Have we asked our teams to help brainstorm new ways to work together so that all of our desires can be met? Are we engaging others enough so that they will be supportive and participative in our life's pursuits? Real progress often comes in our lives once we make people our allies in accomplishments. The great reclamation. Each day we have a choice to go with the wants and the whims of the world or to chart our own course. If we abandon self-determination, we are left adrift in a chaotic sea, and the only thing on the horizon are swells of boredom and suffering. And so our attitude each morning must be that this is our day, no matter what. If we can start with that intention, if we develop clarity and write our own manifestos and plans, and we execute them with heart and discipline, if we stick to it and fight it through and stay in charge, we suddenly find ourselves one day back at the helm, happy, motivated, and alive. That ends today's book club, and we are right on time. Next week, we will begin with declaration number 3, that we shall defeat our demons. And we got 6 more declarations to read. We'll start declaration number 6, number 3 next week. So we actually have 7 left. I'm so glad we had this time together. For those of you, if it was your first time being here, drop a 1 and let me know it's your first time ever being on book club with me. I normally am not live on YouTube. On Instagram. You got to go watch my YouTube. But today, the Holy Spirit told me to go ahead and connect with you on Instagram. But y'all supposed to click the link and get on YouTube. All right. So I won't be here on Mondays. You got to get with me on YouTube. But we're reading the Motivation Manifesto by BRENDON BURCHARD. And you do not even need the book for this particular book club. BRENDON BURCHARD is the author. 9 declarations to claim your personal power. So I'm so glad we had this time together. And I pray that you enjoy the rest of your evening, that you have an amazingly productive week, that you think that you put you first, and that you write it down tonight. You write it down so that in the morning you can get yourself together. All right. in the morning, and you can get yourself ready to seize your day, even if it means that you got to wake up a little bit earlier than everyone else to make sure that you're focused on what's important for your life, for your purpose, for your destiny and design. Listen, make sure that you enjoy the rest of your evening. You make sure you're paying it forward and you're doing a good deed. For those of you that are over here on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram, I need you to put in the hashtags BookTube, Goodreads, and BookTok. I want you all to make sure that you are following me on Instagram at The Real Nina Moorer. All right, The Real Nina Moorer. And if you have not followed me on Facebook, make sure you're following me on Facebook. It's Nina Rochelle Moorer. My names are consistent all across all of my platforms. All right, you're either going to see Nina Moorer or The Wellness Queen. And then you want to make sure you're following me on TikTok at Nina Moorer or The Wellness Queen. Now, listen, I pray that all of you have subscribed to my website, ninamoorer.com, because when you subscribe to the website, you're going to get a free gift. And you get a gift, and you get a gift, and you get a gift, and you get a gift. All right. So make sure you go on over to Nina Moorer, MOORER.com, and get registered. All right, you all. So we will be back here next Monday. We'll be back here next Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we will start declaration number 3. Always remember that we want to be kind to one another. We want to do a good deed. We want to pay it forward. All right, we want to pay it forward. You got to remember that God loves you. I love you. And there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Good night, and God bless you all. I'll see you next month.